what you focus on.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Lady K Chat podcast. You are here with your favorite host, Lady K, and I welcome you. I'm so excited. We are in our 4th season. That is such a celebration.
Wow, salute.
Thank you, Tero. I really appreciate it. I'm just so excited. But within this season, Lady K is changing up a little bit, and I'm gonna give you some backstory what inspired me to do this series for the whole month in September, and it's going to overflow a little bit into October. So the whole series is called What Men Want. And maybe about a couple of months ago, I was having a conversation with a male friend of mine, and he was like, I go and I provide for my family. He said, but nobody cares about us. I said, whoa. I said, hold up. I said, you really think that nobody cares about you? He was like, yeah, they see us, we the providers, we bring the money, and that's all that matters. And I said, nah, my brother. I said, you're bigger than that. And he was like, well, Lady K, I don't feel that way. So I was like, that's sad, and that's a cry. And specifically for my Black men, for the Black men that that I care about, that's close to me, I don't want them to feel that way. And just recently, I said to myself, I personally do not take it lightly when I have my male friends or any males around me that open up to me, because that means that they trust me enough just to confide in me. So I wanted to create this space and allow the Black men to speak about what they want. And what am I talking about? What they want? They want support from their community, the things that they might be feeling and dealing with, and also too what they might want in the home. And in the home, the ladies is the home. We make it the home. You guys, y'all will buy the house, but we make it home. So tonight, I would like everyone to help me welcome my first guest. We're going to be talking about some great dialogue tonight. Tero always comes through. He always got something to say. And I love him so much because he's from the Bronx. He's just like...
You already know, BX. You already know.
Everyone to just give me a warm welcome. Welcome Montero Simmons to the show. He is the host and the CEO of Throwback Tuesdays, right, Tero?
Takeover Tuesday.
You know what? I gotta get it right. I'm sorry for butchering it, but Takeover Tuesdays on the radio.
That's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me. You know what I mean? It's a great topic tonight. You know what I mean? I got a lot to say. I know you got a lot to say. So,
Absolutely.
Just fire away when you're ready.
Absolutely, Tero. So, one of my things that I hear so much from men is that peace. I hear that word peace. I need peace. In your eyes, and from what you think, what does peace look like for you when it comes to having that special lady in your life? And I know you're married, so you have that special lady. So right. I just want you to just elaborate to me and the guests what peace look like to you.
All right, well, peace is, to me personally, per se, I like to come home from a hard day's work or whatever I'm doing on a radio show, or whatever, like hard day making clothing. You know what I mean? I like to come home and relax with my family. That's my peace. To see my kids, to see my children smiling, my wife smile. You know what I mean? That's my peace. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes just to hear my mother's voice, hear my sister's voice, that's peace. You understand what I'm saying? That's peace, because when they're at peace, then I'm at peace. I'm good. When they're not good, then I gotta go extra hard. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's peace. That's peace of mind to me. You know what I'm saying? And then, what comes after that is, shower, dinner, watch a movie, something, you know what I mean? Relax with my lady. You know what I'm saying? Even watch a movie with the family. You know what I mean? So, that's peace. That's peace. You know what I mean? That's peace, because, us as men, we go through so much, especially, just period. We are facing the world. We're facing equality. We're facing, the way they look at us.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? And as men, we got to put all that on our back. As when I say that, because we put all that on that back to just make sure the family is good, that they didn't have no worries. We go out there and fight the fight, so that way they're good and they can relax. You understand what I'm saying?
You know what, Tero? You said something that just made me think. You said the way they look at us. And I'm happy you said this because this dawned on me. They make it seem in the African American community that fathers and husbands are not present, and that, that there's a lot of single mothers. Don't get me wrong. There are single parent households, but there are men who are excellent, not even providers, because that's last. But you are, first of all, you're a human being first. You are a person. So you have that characteristic in you that makes you be a great husband and a great father. And like you said, when I heard you said you named pretty much the women in your life. You made sure, like you said, my wife, my mom, my sister.
And my granddaughter. I can't forget my granddaughter.
And your granddaughter, that brings you peace. I think that's a precious thing that you're representing the women in your life to make sure that they're good. But in return, do they make sure that you're good?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they do. They try their best. You know what I mean? They do what they do. You know what I mean? Sometimes, but I just feel like, and just like a Black woman feels, sometimes we feel like we don't get enough recognition for what we do. You understand what I'm saying? It's more like you said earlier, there's some people out there, not every woman, but some women out there that's like, you the provider, you got to make sure we're safe, you this and that. So this is your job.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? See, you can't make it as a job, because now if you make it as a job, then it's like, I'm doing this just to please you. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. You got to make it to the point where it's like, we in this together.
Absolutely.
I got your back. Like, you got my back, I got your back. It is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? You can't make it seem like you're supposed to do this. See, that's the stigma. That's the stigma where we got everything wrong. And that's why there's a lot of single people that marriages go wrong or relationships split because, it's the expectations of everything. You're a man, you're supposed to do this, or you're a man, you're supposed to have a job, or you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. But we got to remember something. We was all made in God's eye, and we all got free will. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like if I don't want to work, I shouldn't have to work. You know what I mean? It's to satisfy you or please you or to be in your life.
I hear that, but I know the part of you you're gonna want to, because that's the key thing. Like you said, don't put this thing like I have to. It's better when you want to. When
that's
you
right.
Want to, you operate so different.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So it's like, when you're in a relationship and you got, like, how can I say, like, again, you got to do this, you got to do that. Instead of you want to do it, like, for instance, like, see me, I don't go to clubs, I don't party, I don't do none of that because this is something that I choose not to do.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Not because my woman says, you better not be letting me see this and all that. Nah, we don't get down like that. You know what I mean? Whatever she does, she chooses. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. But once you get to the point where you're trying to control a person, it always goes wrong. It goes wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So, in order for peace to be in a relationship, we got to be on the equal plane. Right. You respect me, I respect you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not, huh?
I like that how you said that with the free will part, because honestly, Tero, when you really think about it, that's what it's all about. It's about allowing your partner to be them, not what you expect them to be. And this is why vetting is very important when you are choosing your partner. Sometimes we settle too much, right? And so when we settle, the person got some of the qualities, but they don't have all of it. And then we get frustrated and aggravated with them. Well, if you know, in the sense where one part is like outweighing the other and it don't look good, I don't even think that should even be a relation, because it seems like you're forcing it now. Because when it's supposed to be, it flows.
That's right. That's a fact. That's a fact.
So I'm trying to also say, is that also part of a man piece when it just flows?
Yeah. Yes, when everything flows, we at peace because everything is good. Remember, we like to laugh, we like to have a good time. We also like to, represent our woman. We also like to, how can I say it? Walk around like we got a prize on our arm. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like this is how we supposed to see our woman, not feeling like, oh yeah, that's my lady over there. Oh boy, here we go. Here go to this. Oh gosh. You understand what I'm saying? We don't want to do that. We want to be happy. We want to, do you understand something? Us as Black men and us as a Black race, We are meant to be kings and queens off the top. So with that being said, when you see kingdoms, things like that, you see the king, the help control the land, and the wife, and you know what I'm saying. The queen is, right by his side at all times.
Right.
But we always at odds. So if I'm always at odds with you, and then I got all these other people that I'm fighting, or whatever the case may be, then where's my win-win at? Where's my scenario? You know what I'm trying to say. Am I saying it right?
I understand.
Yeah, where's my peace of mind at? Because now I'm over here, and now I'm over here, and my shield is up at all times. So when am I at peace?
Right.
They already don't want us. They know we kings. Whatever we do in life and whatever in this world throws at us, we conquer.
Absolutely.
That's why they can't understand it, and that's why they get mad at us and try to throw more and more things at us. So me fighting this, putting this shield up against this, but now I got to put up a shield against this. So where my peace of mind is at?
Absolutely.
Same thing with a woman. Same thing with a woman. She come home, he argues, he fuss, he fights, he nags, he's abusive, he's mentally abusive, he's physically abusive. You know what I'm saying? Women go through a lot too. Remember, y'all get discriminated against. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, in a whole bunch of situations. You know what I'm saying? Just like us, black, but then now you're a female. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all got just as much against y'all as we do.
Right.
So why when we're together, why go through it with each other when we're already going against the world?
And you know what, Tero? And that was going to be like my next part I was going to go into. I see so much bickering online and offline, about the issues that we have with one another, right? So I say, you know what? The issues is evidence. We're going to have that because, they say men are from Mars, women are from Venus, right?
That's
so
right.
We speak differently. But my whole thing is, why can't we come to the table collectively and verbalize our needs and our wants? Because here's what happens a lot of times, right? Sometimes you might do something. Let's just put a scenario to it. Say like if you and I know this, a lot of women can relate to this. Say if you like you said, you came home making the bread. Now you get to sit in your big comfy chair, and your wife looking at you like, is he just gonna come home and sit? He not gonna help me with these kids. He not gonna help me, help them with their homework. He not gonna help me cook. He not gonna help me do anything. And then when it's nighttime, you looking for her attention, and now she got an attitude with you. But if she said, "Hey, listen, I know you like to come home and rest, but I need you to help me with this, and then by the end of the night, we can have our me time." But I know so many women in their mind, and I'm not speaking as a woman because I've been there. You're like, well, he should know this.
He should. You see, you hit it right on the nose. He should.
Yes,
instead of conveying and talking to me. You understand what I'm saying? Let me get a choice. Let me say, you know what, baby, you're right. You understand? Or sometimes, we could volunteer it out the blue. Sometimes it don't have to be asked. But sometimes if you have something on your mind, let it out. Talk about it. Give me the chance to say, okay, baby, right? Oh, babe, really, look, listen, I'm really tired. I had a hard day at work. You know what I'm saying? Just like if she could come home and say the same thing. I'm like, babe, what we going to eat tonight? Oh, babe, listen, I'm tired. I just came home from work. I had working all day. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not should. Like, she shouldn't be in there making my day, or she shouldn't be around it. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't. There's no should.
Right.
There's no should, because see, when you should in somebody, you should do that. You're trying to control that person. You don't know what type of mood that person's in. You don't know how they feel in that way. They might say, I should do what? Right or wrong.
Right. And I'm happy you said that should, because I already know with us ladies, our mouth is very sharp.
That's
so
right.
I learned that, you guys, I'm gonna be 100 with you. You guys are more fragile than we are, because we can say the slightest thing and it can cut your feelings. And I know sometimes when we do that, it can make you go into have your guards up, right? And then you can shut down. So, and because we're talking about conflict resolution, what are some things that you feel like a woman should know so she can just speak to her man and, and just be softer with her words?
I mean, well, again, you got to respect his feelings. You got to respect him as a human being. He's a human being. You understand what I'm saying? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. My wife always tells me that all the time. What you say is how you say it.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, if you, never degrade your partner in any type of whatever the case may be. That's number one. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, now you're going to lose everything. You're going to lose the trust to talk to you. You're going to lose his trust is opening his feelings up to you, whatever the case may be, and it can be vice versa as well. You understand what I'm saying? You always got to treat the person that you with respect, mentally and physically. You understand what I'm saying? It has to be there. I think to me, that's the first priority. Know how to talk to a person. Right. Because it makes things so much better. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you degraded me and all that, then what I want to talk to you about, then I might just come back. You want something degraded. So now we both had conflict. Now we both had each other. Right. And for what? You understand what I'm saying? You understand? See, a lot of women sometimes, it's like this with men. And especially if we love y'all, like we truly love y'all. And it's like, sometimes y'all say something sarcastically. You understand what I'm saying? Now you gotta figure. There's a lot of, not all of us, but a lot of men came from the streets. You know what I mean? Doing whatever. So we recognize a lot of things. You understand what I'm saying? When somebody's being sarcastic, when somebody's being phony, when there's a con going on, it's a whole lot of things that we hear it. So when we hear it, it's like, you feel like, you ever seen Rocky 3, and I think he was fighting somebody, and she said, "You can't win." She's like, "You can't win," and it broke him down. Like, wow, like that's how we feel when y'all come at us in that negative way, sarcastically, whatever the case may be. But that's how we feel, because like, not you. How could you say this to me? How could you act like this towards me? Right. You understand what I'm saying? You're my comfort zone. You're my whatever. So now if you coming at me like this, now guess what? I'm gonna label you as the rest of them out there. Right. And I always gotta be on point. We don't want that. We want to chill. We want to laugh. I want to be able to snap with you and snap on somebody else. I want to be able to laugh. I want to be able to bug out and say, "Oh my God, look at that person." Ooh, oh, oh. I want to be able to have fun with you. But if I can't do that, if you always trying to degrade me or being sarcastic or, you know what I'm saying, or talk about me behind my back to the people in a negative way, what's the sense? Right. I mean, we all do it. We all do it. I'm not saying we all do it. Right, but you got to be careful, like you said, how you say it, what you say, and most important, who you're getting advice to. All right. Because if you're married, you need to be speaking with a married person, not a single person. I mean, I know sometimes you can vent, or maybe if that I hate when people put the stigma on people who've been divorced. Just because they have been divorced does not mean they can't teach you something, because they can say, "Hey, I learned this the hard way." And even me personally, speaking from a divorcee perspective, I can say, "Hey, Tero, I realized some of the faults that I did in my marriage. Don't you do that to your wife. Go talk to her." You see what I'm saying? But it's what type of advice that I'm giving. So, you got to pick and choose your battle. It does matter. But real quick, because you said a mouthful while you was talking, I'm going to talk to the ladies. But I want them to hear me when you were talking about, how they speak and what they say. And I'm not making excuses. Well, I'm going to say one thing that I realized that I picked up one time. Sometimes people talk the way they do because of the environment that they came from, right? So when you're in that type of environment, you're just doing what the norm. It's normal to you, right? However, I learned this. When a person comes out that environment, right, and they evolve, right? And then when they go back, because you ever heard the expressions, you can't grow where you was, what's that expression? You can't grow where you got all the negativity from. I'm paraphrasing. That's true, yeah. You can't grow, right? So you come out of that environment, right? When you go back into that environment, and when you hear people talk, it sounds so disgusting to you, right? So then all the other people around me, they're like, "Oh, she thinks she better than me." It's like, I'm better than you. It's that I came out of a place where I know that's not cool, and now I'm hearing you. You know how many women I had to go around them? I'm like, "Yo, your mouth is disgusting. I'm gonna be so real with you, and I'm gonna put about it because I don't have a problem with it." My ex-husband used to always tell me, "You're so beautiful to be talking like that." I'm like, "What is this man talking about?" He was like, "Yo, mouth." But I didn't recognize it because that was the environment. So now that I came out of it,
And when I look at the other woman, I be around, be like, look, your mouth is disgusting. And then I'm gonna kick it up a notch. Some of these women have sons.
That's right.
And I actually heard someone, and I'm gonna just be real and raw. I actually heard someone say to her son, nigga. I said, excuse me. I said, stop doing that. Nothing. Yes, it does. I said, let me tell you something right now. Unconsciously, it's going to affect him as he get older. It may not, he's not like that. He may not be like that, but he can get older and have a reflection how his mom used to talk to him. How does your mother call you a nigga? Because you came from an environment where that was, you was used to that, you see nothing wrong with that. And that has to remind this person, you know, she talks to him, she degrades him, like, yo, stop doing that. He's only 12. When he gets older, you don't know how that's going to affect him.
He might despise you.
Right.
He might despise you. He might feel like you always downplayed him and degraded him. You
Absolutely.
That's real. That is so real. Like, especially when it comes to children. Oh my God, they're like a mirror. They're like a reflection. They're like a tape recorder. Like,
Absolutely.
you know, it's the truth. And it's like, you know, just imagine how we just talking about our men and women's feelings. Just imagine their feelings when they hear that. If my mom's just calling me this and that and all that, should that, maybe that's what I need to be, you know, accepted? Is that cool for me? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Should I accept that people calling me that? Should I, you know, this is what this is about. This is what this means. Okay, cool. No.
Right.
No. You know what I mean? You know, but go ahead. I'm talking too much. I'll let you finish this show.
I appreciate that. You know, I just wanted to zone in real quick, you know, just to piggyback what you said, so I can have the ladies have some type of perspective, because, you know, yes, we want to know what men want, but at the same time too, we have to get into the habit of checking ourselves. You know, that plays a major part too of what men want. If you had a conscious partner that care about your heart and care about your feelings, that's amazing. Now, I know sometimes, you know, there's going to become moments where you get angry and you might say some stuff, but we already know once you say it, you can't take it back.
That's right. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a hard code. But see, the thing is, okay, now let's get to the anger thing right now. With that anger thing, sometimes us as men, we hold a lot in. Sometimes we'll walk over and me and the girl don't know, I will push her head through the wall right now the way I feel. But again, we hold it in. You understand what I'm saying? But it's only so much as men that we can hold in.
Right.
Before we erupt. It could be, you could say one thing like, damn, you couldn't take out the garbage? And that's it. You understand what I'm saying? Because we held so much in, where it should be just to the point where I feel comfortable that if we do have a problem, we can resolve it and laugh about it. We can resolve it and say, oh, yo, you're right. You know what, man, my bad, I forgot. Yeah, my bad. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, all right, cool, no problem. I'm going to get to it now. Not know, oh, my God, you couldn't do this. You couldn't take this and this and that.
Right.
Like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm human too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have a million and one things going on in my mind. Maybe I forgot to take out the garbage, but I'll get to it when I say, oh, snap, I'm going to take out the garbage. Let me go run this out real quick. Say, you should have, you should, see? You know what I mean? Like I said, you never know how much we're holding inside. Remember, you're dealing with a whole lot in the world.
Right.
So you're holding all this inside to keep our sanity. First of all, I got to make sure I'm getting home to my family. So I can't let what Joe and Schmo, what they're doing in the street, affect me, because I can get mad and just flip like that. Next thing you know, now I'm in jail now. Now they took me away from my family. I fell for the trap.
That part.
You understand what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, now when I come home, like I said, I want to be at ease. I want to be comfortable. I want to be good. I want to know everybody's all right, because when I know you're right, I'm good.
Right.
I can put all that aside. All that is gone. You dig
Listen,
what I'm saying?
You said something powerful. Tero, I feel like we're on the right path, because I was going to lead into the power of reciprocation. And you just reiterated, you know, she has your back because she feels it, and vice versa. So let's talk about how, like, the power of reciprocation, how that matters so much in a relationship to you. And that it goes back to what you kind of said in the beginning. It's like, you know, the person's putting that label on you, you supposed to, right? And then we kind of had that dialogue that, you know, I want to. What are some of the things that keep you at that level that you want to give to your lady, and then you like the same thing back.
It's the laughter of it all, the just the comfort of it all, the conversations of it all, just the secureness of it all. We reciprocate so much from each other. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she knows I love her, and she knows I love her, and I know she loves me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's certain, I know she will bend over backwards for me just as well as I would do it for her. But you know what I mean? But the way we do it is we're cool, like we laugh, we joke, it's not a because we understand what it is to make this thing work.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you just have to be comfortable with each other. You just have to be comfortable with each other. You gotta, first, love is there to respect, and just, it is what it is. Me and you in here for the long run. How we gonna do this? We gonna do it the rough way, or we gonna do it the easy way?
Right.
I like to go the easy way. You understand what I'm saying? Let's do this. Let's do this. I got you. You got me. Let's do this. Nothing that can stop us. And once we got that mentality right there, everything else falls into place.
Absolutely.
You
Now,
understand?
let me ask you this, because I know that the foundation of friendship is everything, right? When you're in a relationship, because some people, they'll go in and be like, oh, we're together, but it's like, are you friends?
That's the thing. Now, are you doing this just to say, okay, we're together, or are we doing this because we really love each other and we love each other's company?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's a difference. You got to want it again. We go back to the wanna and gotta, or should. I got a family with you, so I should be here. Or should it be, I got a family, we're doing this, I want to be here. It's a difference.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's a difference. If I leave you, okay, well, if I leave, I'm gonna hurt her. I'm gonna hurt her. I'm gonna hurt my kids. You know how many people go through that in reality? Yeah. That's in something that they're not happy, but they doing it because of their kids or just the whole family doing it because they didn't have that growing up.
Right.
And they
didn't have the foundation. They didn't have the friendship. Like you said, you just in it because maybe you guys develop feelings, and that happens, and it's natural. But when you have that friendship, I think it plays a different role.
That's the best. It's the best, because guess what? We got something in common. I'd rather be with you than my homies. I'd rather be with you than my homies. We good. Like, we chilling over here, bro. We good. Every time we see y'all on the street or whatever, y'all together, you get jealous because y'all laughing, y'all having such a great time, and y'all together.
Right.
They never seen y'all, whatever y'all go, it's all right, you go through whatever y'all go through in the household. When people see you in the world, they jealous, they're like, wow, I wish I had that type of relationship. That's bomb right there. That's crazy.
That
you
part.
understand what I'm saying? It's the truth.
And what's so crazy, Tero? You just said it. Sometimes, you may not have a lot, but people will be jealous of what you're receiving because they're not receiving it. And
That's right.
Like, wow, look at that. So with that in mind, would you say that you and your wife were friends first?
Well, she knew who I was, and I knew who she was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We didn't like really kick it like that. You know what I mean? But it's like when we got together, it was just like yeah, like yo, you all right with me? We good. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to take long walks. Like she lived over there by Fordham Road. I lived by Sound Project. We used to walk just at that whole night to walk her home.
That's beautiful.
And just talk and laugh and look at people as we walking by and look, you see what they got. Oh, I don't want one just like that. You better not just like that. You better not, you know what I mean? Things like that.
But that's cultivating the friendship right there.
Yeah, that's what we gotta get to know each other. You gotta get to know each other. You understand what I'm saying? We get to know each other. We gotta get the understanding. Okay, boom. It's a lot with that. You know what I mean? Then once you get that right there, then ain't nothing, because that's your homie. That's your homie. That's your homie. That's your partner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got it, I got it here, boom. You got it, I ain't got it, okay, boom. But it's nothing though. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure, like if I ever mess up on the bills or whatever, oh hi, here, boom, it's nothing here, boom. You understand what I'm saying? If we struggling together. If we on top, we on top together.
I hear that.
The death do its part. That's the name of the game. You know what I mean? But you got some people, like I said, you got some people that's in relationships that they feel like they gotta be in a relationship instead of they want to be in a relationship.
Right.
It's a difference. If you with a partner and you gotta feel like you gotta be with her, then you don't need to be with her or him. You ain't gotta do nothing. So if you feeling like you gotta do it, you ain't gotta do nothing.
Right.
Free will. Remember, we was born with free will. Now, if you want to be with that person, then it's different. I want to be with you.
Right. And I have to say this too, because you are a man, and I hear this from plenty of men. You know how women is trying to get this man committed, right, to be in a relationship with her, and men always say, "Listen, if he want to be with you, he want to be with you."
That's the truth.
Am I correct?
That's the truth. You can't force nobody to do anything. I don't care if you get pregnant by that man. He don't want to be with you. He's not going to be with you. Yeah, no matter how. Then you got women out here that, I'm gonna change him. I'm gonna change him. Why you want to change him? When you first got with him, and everything was all good, it was all good, right? Now you might change him into something. You be like, oh my God, look at this square. He's a nerd. He's a lame. He's this and that. He all that. But you wanted to change him.
Right.
You changed him when he was regular, whatever with the home. Everything was great. That's what caught your interest.
Right.
I like the way he's at. He's live wire. Oh, he's for real. He dresses nice. He's this and that. You understand what I'm saying? But now that now he's
right.
Yes, dear. No, dear. Okay, dear. Yes, dear.
And then the question is, why is he like that?
But see, because he changed his whole settings just to satisfy you, to be with you.
So that means, meanwhile, he's miserable inside.
That's right.
Woo! Ladies, I hope you taking key to this. Thank you, Tero. I really appreciate that, because I think a lot of times we be trying to figure out, well, what can I do to make him jump, or to make him change, or to make him be into me? And I think, I'm gonna be real with you, I think he wasn't even that much into you.
Obviously.
And don't let a man, I learned this the hard way, do not let a man tell you twice he does not want you.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. And so all women out there, never, all ladies out there, don't degrade yourself. If you feel like you're not happy in something, leave.
Right.
Don't stay because you feel like you got to. Remember, you only got one life to live. You want to live your life miserably, or you want to do it up. See, that's the thing. That's the thing with relationships, and that's the thing with people. You understand what I'm saying? You see, my thing is, you want to be in a relationship, or you want to get married and all that, but you still want to run the streets and party and do all this and do all that, like you're single and all that. Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it unless you're doing it with them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Don't do it, because guess what? You're going to wind up, going against the grain on whatever, and then you're going to get caught up, and then it's going to be problems and all that. And who wants problems? So you know what? I'll leave it alone. I'll leave that. I call that world a whirlwind anyway. It's a whirlwind. Everybody just floating around, partying, laughing, and joking, and life and time is passing them by. You understand what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, it's so much temptation out there and all that, but it only takes the strong ones to, get by it.
Absolutely.
Just know there's nothing out there. And that's how I look at it every day.
Right.
There's nothing out there. I wouldn't change this for the world.
For you.
Right, for me, because the grass
got what you want.
That's right, because the grass ain't always greener on the other side.
Hold on, I'm gonna kick it up a notch. Wherever you go, you still have to water it and you have to nurture it.
All right then.
Okay.
All right then, but some weeds just can't get nurtured. Some weeds is out to destroy the whole foundation.
I understand that part too.
You understand what I'm saying? If you're a weed, no matter what, like you're gonna be, so that what they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Right.
No matter how much you try. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes, what they say, you can take the how can I say it? I don't want to. You can take the man out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the man.
Absolutely.
The same thing with the female. It's embedded. So, you know what I mean? And like I said, we know as men, we know when it's over. Like, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. We good. We know when it's over. But then you got those people out there that's just like, this is me for life. And you got some people that, again, like, you have people that put up with a lot of things just to be with a person. You understand what I'm saying? Just to they put up with a lot. Like, what I'm saying? Abusive, mentally and physically abused.
Yes.
Just because they have a fear of being alone, or Or, which I also find out, is that they don't want that person with nobody else. So they'll
Oh,
take in and suffer so much just to have that person.
right.
You gotta love yourself, man. If you don't have self-love, then you're gonna let anybody and everybody walk all over you, and that's not cool.
I love that, Tero. I love the self-care part. And you know what? I'm happy you said that because I do see more of Black men wanting to do that self-care for themselves. So
That's right.
I got a quick question for you. What does self-care look like for you?
What up, huh?
What does
What is what?
self-care look like for you?
Health.
Health?
That's my son Dino right there.
Hello.
Yeah, what I was saying, oh, that's Noah. Where's Dino at? Okay, I'm sorry. So
what does self-care look like for you?
Health, number one. Health, number one. A peace of mind. You know what I mean? No stress. No stress.
Okay.
Because whatever, and you know what's crazy? A lot of people, we worry about so much things that we really don't have to worry about because God has it all. He has all the answers. So you figure like this: if you lay behind on a bill, or it's something that you got to do and you can't do it, but you really want to do it,
right.
Relax. Because if you notice, even if you don't have the money, I used to see my mother go through all the time. Oh, I ain't got the money for this. How am I gonna get the money for this? Oh my God, this and that, la 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 la, and it always happens. No matter what, it always happens. So if you're late with your rent or you late with your mortgage or whatever the case may be, you don't know where that dollar gonna come from to get it, guess what? God is gonna make a way. That blessing is gonna come. You're gonna be like, wow, I don't know how I survived that. I don't know how I did that, but I did it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I noticed, like when my mom raising 2 kids by herself, she was stressed, and I used to tell her relax, but as a mom, but at the end of the day, God pulled us through it.
Right.
I used to ask, like, how? Like, this is crazy. Like, how did you do this? Christmases, Thanksgiving, birthdays, sickness, whatever, food, scraps, whatever the case may be. She always pulled it off.
Right.
God has the answer. See, we stress about the wrong things. We stress about the wrong things. And that stress right there is health. That goes with health, because guess what? Stress causes strokes. Stress causes heart attacks. Stress causes people to eat more. Stress causes people not to eat more. Right. It's just so much things that, we worry about that we really shouldn't have to worry about, because God will never bring you somewhere where you cannot handle yourself. Believe that. Unless you're doing something totally dumb. And when I say that, I mean is if you getting money, but you out there gambling or spending money on materialistic things. Right. Because you're doing it the right way. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
God always makes a way. So that's why when I say health, I'm talking about mental and physical health. That counts.
Ooh, yes, it does.
That counts. You know what I mean?
I'm happy you said that, because mental health is one of the biggest things, especially in our community.
That's right.
So for you to acknowledge that, I applaud you. I thank you for that. We are running out of time, but I did want to touch base on that. As far as what men want, I think your mental health is a need. First of all, that's a need. Okay, and it has to be nurtured and taken care of. So I want to say to the men, please don't be afraid to go seek a therapist if you need one, because
that's right.
Sometimes you guys, like you said in the beginning, Tero, you hold things in and you have to find an outlet. And sometimes it may not be that friend, it may not be that family member, and it's okay to seek outside help.
That's right. Or talk to somebody.
Absolutely.
Talk to somebody. See, our problem is we so scared to look weak.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yo, dogs, man, this woman, man, she done did this to me, man. Oh my God, la, la, la. We don't want to look weak. We want to cry, but we don't want to cry.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that'd be the issue. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I didn't mean to hold you up, but I just, want our men, especially our Black men, to know it's all right to cry. It's all right to talk, man. Share your thoughts, share your feelings. I understand sometimes it's hard to do it in front of your woman, because you don't want to look weak in front of your woman. But at the end of the day, bro, if she's your best friend like that, she's gonna understand it, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you got your homies, holler at your homie. Holler at your man. Because he might be going through something too. And he want to release, but he don't want to look weak in front of you. You don't want to look weak. But once y'all let it both out, it's like, wow, yo. Ooh, thanks, man. I really needed that.
And I'm still going to go back to what I said. Seek a therapist.
Yeah. Yeah, that works too. But see, with the therapy thing, sometimes people don't be wanting people, that they don't know really.
No,
I'm
going to flip it. Sometimes it's best to put it on a stranger than someone you know.
True, because then that person you feel like you can't be judged.
Because the person that you know, I'm not going to say all the time, but now they know that inner thought, and you don't want no one to throw it in your face, because by law, a therapist can't. You see what I'm saying?
True.
So
got you.
I'm trying to give the psychology behind it. And also too, I'm just going to say one more thing, and then I'm going to let everyone go. You have to also think about this too. When you're going through certain emotions or you're going through certain events in your life, right? You don't want to dump what you're going through on other people, because your friends, like I said, in your family is not your therapist. So it's okay for you to take that outlet and seek with a therapist and dump that there, because that is the right place to dump it. And then, maybe the leftover, the hangover, or the little piece that you want to share, you can share with the other people, because now you had an outlet to let all of that go.
That's a fact.
So I need men to look at it from that perspective, because just like you said, they're thinking about what you just said, and I just wanted to have some insight that it doesn't have to be that way. But Tero, I really appreciate you being here with me. I appreciate, the what you brought to the show, your perspective. So if the people wanted to follow you and reach out to you, how do they follow you? How do they reach out to you?
Well, you gotta, I don't do Facebook, so I'm on Instagram. It's at Tero, Tero, reps that. So that's TeroRepsdat. Tero reps that. I rep nothing but the real and raw. That's me. You know what I
mean? and then tell them about your podcast and how can they reach your podcast?
Oh, okay. Well, the podcast is Genesis Radio, and the show is Takeover Tuesdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Well, like I said, I keep it real. We keep it real. We keep it raw. We give you everything from health to, how to get your wealth. We like to enlighten on our shows. No degrading on our show. You know what I mean? We rarely talk about celebrity gossip and all that, because to me, that's degradation. You know what I'm saying? We talk about uplifting the community and uplifting each other mentally and physically. You know what I mean? And we get some good music sometime. You know what I mean? So, you can check that out. Yeah, you can check that out at genesisradio.com. Again, that's Takeover Tuesdays from 7 to 9. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook too. You know what I mean? genesisradio.com too. So yeah, that's where I'm at, people. That's where I'm at with it.
Thank you, Tero. I appreciate you. And everyone, I thank you for tuning in tonight in this series, What Men Want. Come back next Tuesday. Make sure you like this video, share this video, because somebody needed to hear this tonight. This is for both men and women. It's about elevation. Okay, that's what it's all about, evolving and elevation. So with that being said, you can follow us here on IG, on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and you can also find us on what's that? So many damn apps. What's the other one on TikTok?
TikTok, yeah.
But I appreciate you guys listening. Like I said, come back next Tuesday. We're here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you need a social media manager for your business, we have that services available. Please visit our website above at www.ladykeenterprisesinc.com. You guys have a great night and see you next week.
Lady K.